What's up YouTube? KS Gun Guy here. Thanks for joining me today as always. Hopefully you guys will bear with a minor head cold. I'm sure I sound a little bit funky, but hey, the show must go on. So a month or two ago I put out a video about the Olight Mini Valkyrie, which you see in front of you, and a lot of people have been very curious about it and been very impressed about it as well, as have I. So far it has been a pleasure. It's run every time I've taken it to the range. It holds its charge. It's a great size light, and at 400 lumens I think it's just the right setting for a weapon mounted light, or at least in my opinion. So and I've tried it on pretty much every gun. Right now this is on the CZ P01 Omega, and I think it's a pretty cool looking gun with the light on it right here. And again, I've just been extraordinarily impressed with this light. And Olight offers some other products as well. They don't just have weapon lights, and Olight was nice enough to send me some other products to take a look at. So this first one I want to wheel in is the M2R Warrior. Now this is a baton style flashlight, and there's some really cool unique things about this flashlight. Now a couple things, you'll notice that there's a button right here on the side, and there's also a button on the back. You can use this to adjust your different brightness settings. Now I don't want to blind you guys, but you'll notice that it'll cycle through everything, and you'll just find the one you want and go with it. And if you double click this enough times, once again it'll cycle through those brightnesses. It'll even come upon its strobe feature, which it does have. But then you also have a momentary on with its 1500 lumens setting right here on back, and I'll tell you what, that thing is bright. And then you can also set it to be on just like that. But these buttons are programmable, so it will remember where you left off with this button, and it'll keep it on that setting, which I really like. I prefer some of the lower settings right here to preserve the battery. But you can also program the long switch on the back to be the strobe feature. So really cool that it's got so many features, and you can customize it to what you need. Now the only drawback to that is it can be a little bit finicky. It takes a little while to cycle through and find what you need, and it can be a little bit of a chore to kind of get that done. But once it's done and once it's set, you're good to go. Now the quality and the fit and finish on this are absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's actually it's a reasonably heavy light, not so heavy that it would weigh you down, but it feels substantial, which is fantastic. Now it is rechargeable, and you just put on a magnetic dongle and just charge it up, kind of like you do the PL Mini over there on that CZ. One thing I did find a couple of times, it was a little bit finicky about that charger. It didn't really want to read it. Now, after I removed it and put it on a couple of times, it would charge up and it wouldn't be a big deal. And this thing absolutely holds its charge. In fact, I've only charged it one time, and I've had it a little over a month. And I've been playing with it quite a bit, just kind of messing around with the settings and, you know, blinding neighbors and that sort of thing. And it seems to do just fine. So a couple of other features about it. It does have a clip, and it's a two-way clip. So you can clip it face down or face up on your pants or your belt, whatever it happens to be. But you can also clip it on a hat, which is really nice. So it's got a lot of versatility built right into it. Now it does come with a sheath or holster, whatever you want to say, and it does also have a lanyard, and you can just plop that lanyard right in there if that's something that's meaningful to you. So really nice little light. Again, 1500 lumens all the way down to 1 lumen, and it'll last up to 25 days on its lowest setting. So that's pretty remarkable. 25 days on all the time. If you're camping or anything like that, you can have a little tent light or something that you don't have to worry about the batteries going down or recharging it or anything. It'll last the entire camping trip without any sort of an issue whatsoever. But like I said, this is kind of a bigger baton light, so it might be just a little bit large for what you are looking for. They have solved that problem. They actually have the S1R Baton, and this is very similar to its older brother right here with a couple of different features. Now this one is a 900 lumen light going all the way down to a 0.5 lumens. So it's pretty dim, but once again, it'll last for 15 days on that lowest setting. So you really don't have to worry about a charge if you want to leave it on that setting. Now it does not have the back button, although it is chargeable with that magnetic dongle, just like the M2R. So it's only got the single button, but once again, it has that memory feature, so it will remember where you left off, and it does feature a strobe. So like the M2R, it's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 brightness settings that you can cycle through, and you find what you need and you're good to go. But once again, 900 lumens on this, so this is pretty substantially bright for such a small small package right here. Now, once again, it's got the clip on it right here, and it's not really two-way, but they faced this to where you can definitely plop it on a hat or whatever the case may be. So certainly very usable, and it is also waterproof, just like the M2R Warrior. Now, this may be just a little bit big for you. I realize they've solved that problem. Believe it or not, they actually have the S1 Mini, and they just sent me this a couple of days ago, and I must admit, I had to laugh a little bit when I opened this because not only is it remarkably well built, I mean, certainly the same standards as the other two lights, but the thing is just absolutely tiny. I mean, it's the size of two knuckles on my index finger right here, so quite remarkable. Now, it only has the one button on the top, but this will actually go all the way up to 600 lumens and all the way down to 0.5, just like its slightly older sibling, and it'll last for 15 days on its lowest setting right here. And once again, you can just cycle through using the buttons. So if you turn it on, you just hold it, it'll cycle through all the different settings. It does have a strobe feature, just like the other ones do, so if that's important for you, it's got it. Now, it's rechargeable, however, you'll notice that there's no place to put that dongle on the back. This one actually has a little USB port in the battery, and that's the first time I've seen that. Apparently, I don't get out very often, but you just pull the battery out and put the USB cord in that and charge it up. It's got a little LED indicator, so you can tell when it's ready to go. It'll flip to green, so it's kind of nice that it's got that feedback on it. And this one is also waterproof right here, so quite impressive right here. And I have to say, I've been very impressed overall with Olight and their different products that they offer, just a wide variety. You know, of course, they've got other products as well. They've got some lights that are absolutely gigantic, and they basically bring in the power of the sun. Now, it's not necessarily something I'm quite as interested in. I like things that I can incorporate into concealed carry, your EDC setup, that sort of thing, which I think these absolutely do. And I love the fact that these have different sizes, so you can even throw these in that little dumb pocket on your right side that you never know what to throw in there besides a mini lighter or something. You can actually throw this in there. So finally a good use for that pocket. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about these Olights right here, what your experiences are, if you're curious about them and looking for different lights, whether it be a weapon light or any of these flashlights right here. I love the fact that they all come in under $100 and well under $100 depending on which light it is. And you can definitely find some sales and some deals out there. So again, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these. I'm excited to read those. Otherwise, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.